Hi everyone. Hello. So I am doing this week's Theta Talks live with a new guest. Maisha is actually is traveling. So I'm here with you. Guest today is Anna Florentino, and she is a healer who started off as a student and a client. Can you hear me, Anna? Hi.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Beautiful. Let me just drop the volume down. There we go. So I'm so happy, Anna, to have you with us on Theta Talks this week. I'm so excited because I asked you on Monday. I'm like, Anna, are you game? Do you want to get on Theta Talks this week since Maisha's not here? And she was like, absolutely yes. So today's title is From Powerless to Empowered, and it's really a healer's journey. So today I want to talk a little bit about how, Anna, you went from someone who had a yoga background, kind of Pilates, there was an interest in well being, but how you went from there to where you are right now, which is a theta healer. You also take clients at the Third Eye Wellness. You've written your own book. I mean, you've done some really amazing things. I'm going to let you tell us all about it. But tell us where it started, how it started, and yeah, give us kind of an insight on your journey.
Yes, so I really started because I was depressed. That's how it really started from the beginning. I first heard you on the radio in
Oh, you did?
2014.
I didn't
Yes,
even know that. Okay. Was
I first
Boys
heard
Night
you.
Out?
Yes, and
Okay,
I
yeah.
remember I only caught like at least 30 seconds of what you were saying or what you were talking about data healing. And I couldn't even get your name right because it sounded so foreign, but I got the words theta healing and third eye and then BGC. And that's how it all started because
Wow.
yeah, and something so funny. I
I
don't like to
didn't even know
listen.
that, Anna. I didn't
No.
even know that. I've known you for so many years and I did not even know that's how you found. I mean, I'm sure you told me all those years ago, but it's like, wow, okay, go on, tell me more.
Yes. And then that was in 2014. And then
Okay.
when I contacted you. I contacted Third Eye Wellness, but I
Okay.
wasn't ready for Theta Healing. I went for another service.
Okay.
And then it took me around 4 years to finally get in touch again with Third Eye Wellness. And that's when
Wow.
yeah. So, yep.
In between that, Anna, I had two babies, 2014.
Wow.
And if you are saying 4 years later, I would have had two babies in that time. So you came in, there was a curiosity, but something
Mm.
didn't feel like you were like it was the right moment, or you didn't feel ready, or something, and that's very interesting because we have a lot of people who circle around us for a while. Like they're in our orbit. If they're Filipino, they're like, oh my God, third eye, it sounds scary. It's like ghosts, which of
Mhm.
course, we're nothing about that. We're about the spiritual, the spirituality and well-being and healing. But I know there's a little bit of that misconception when you think of the name, right? The Third Eye Wellness, which by the way, for those of you who don't know our history, we had a well-being center in person from 2011 until 2020, till the pandemic. So we had a beautiful space in BGC. That's the one Anna's talking about, where she has been there and she's, been a longtime client of that center. But okay, so 4 years later, you came back. And then what happened?
And then I remember from that day on, I never stopped. And it was like, and I always celebrate my healing journey. This year is my seventh year.
Wow.
Yeah. And since 2018, I never stopped. I took classes. I took so many sessions. I took instructor's class. I've taken your other programs as well. I've done so many theta healing sessions on myself,
Wow.
self-belief work. So yeah, it's
Okay.
never stopped.
Amazing. And what would you say has been the best part of it and the most difficult part of it? And I'm asking you because I remember sitting in that room. There was a room called the air room, blue walls. There was a quote in the background. And I remember working with you in our healing sessions way back in person in the center. And I remember bits and pieces of your journey. I have this weird, not weird, but I have this kind of very interesting mind. If I see you normally, I don't remember what we've worked on or what happened, but we sit in a healing room or on a Zoom session, and suddenly, like, my brain switches on and everything we worked on comes like right back to me. So I have glimpses of what we worked on. What would you say, Anna, was the most difficult part of the journey? And what has been the best part of the journey?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. The very difficult probably was navigating through your ups and downs while you're going through that healing journey. That was just, it felt so confusing for a very,
Right.
very long time
Yeah.
because yeah, so I knew that I saw a glimpse of what happiness looked like in others, but then I kept chasing it, and I it didn't feel like I had it within me. That was
Right.
a big part.
Yeah.
So it took a while for me to understand that was a hard part.
Yeah.
That chasing.
Yeah. And so what you're saying is, like, when you start the healing journey, you're like, I'm working on things and you want everything to kind of, look bright and shiny and happy right away. But it isn't always that way. There's like these like ups, and then there's a little bit of downs where you got to work on some more stuff that comes up, and then there's some ups, and then, but every time, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I'm just reflecting on my own journey and other clients. It's like every time you go down, it's less lower.
Okay.
And every time you go higher, it's like even higher than before. And then the downs kind of get, like, it's almost like you're moving upward. It's just like it is a journey of unlearning a lot of
Mm.
things and breaking down a lot of old programs, barriers, dysfunctions, trauma, all of that. Is a lot of unpacking and a lot of healing through things. And it is like you are on this journey, is the best way I can put it. Like, you don't quite get there right away. It unravels as you go through it. But what kept you going? Considering it wasn't always easy, what kept you going?
I think what kept me going was I could see everything around me. By the way, I would always tell my Theta Healing classmates that when I first started Theta Healing, I truly, truly believe that cancer can be healed, tumors can be healed. Like, for some reason, it just stuck with me. Like, we can always heal that with Theta Healing or any kind of modality. That's so easy to heal. And everyone is always so shocked to hear me say that. And then I tell them that what's impossible to heal or what's really difficult for me to heal is relationships. Why? It's because in my head, I was thinking, if I'm doing all this work, then you have to do all the work too.
Yeah.
And 7 years later, fast forward to now, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I'm here to say that I was wrong. You know, 99.99% of the people around me, or I've influenced people to do theta healing, right? Or at least take on the journey. But most of the people I encounter are not theta healers. And yet their my relationship with them have changed
Mm,
dramatically.
mm,
So, and this is that my favorite part is like, it's still the question, like, did they change or did I change, right? And it's still a question. It's still a beautiful question that I like to ask myself because at the end of the day, if it's improved, then I'll take it, right?
yeah, whichever way. But what would you say is like been the payout? Like, you did all that work. I know you took a lot of, so for those of you who need a little bit more of the context, so Anna started with healing sessions with me as a client, and she was so what's the right word, Anna? Is it intrigued, or like you wanted more, you wanted to learn this, right? And then she became a student. She came into the theta healing classes and did a lot of classes. And I always thought you found theta healing very natural. I mean, it's true for,
Mm.
I would say it's true for pretty much everybody. It's new. It's something you maybe have not done before. But when you come into a class, you're like, oh, I've always been doing this. It's like, oh, yeah, I know how to do this. It's like something within you just opens up and it starts to come a lot more naturally, more than you would have ever imagined, right? And I know that I saw you grow through the classes and it felt like it was very natural for you to grow through these classes. And every level was a more grounded, confident, happier Anna with relationships shifting around you, right? I remember all of those. When you reflect back, because you went through that journey, right? What has been the reward, the payout? What was it for? What did you get for all of that?
Oh, I think the simple answer is that I just really love myself and I love my life from 0 to 180. Like I came to you because I was in rock bottom, and I came to you because I was just absolutely depressed. I didn't work for about 10 years. I don't know if I told anyone that, but I didn't work for 10 years. I couldn't function in society.
I didn't know
And
that.
now, yeah, yeah, I wasn't working at all. I mean, I was doing Pilates, but that was just part time, and I was only working about once or twice a week. So I really couldn't function at all in society.
Wow.
And I was just living my life in my room, in my bed, bed rotting. And at that time, it felt like that's what kept me safe. That's the only thing that kept me safe. And I think so now what's the payout? It's like I really love my life. I even thank those bad memories, the things that happened to me in the past that we were working on. I look back now and I tell myself like, oh, I get it now. I understand it now. And I just wish them the best. I wish that I oftentimes really pray for people and still send them healing. Most especially because it's a small world, right? Like you hear things still
Yeah.
about other
Yeah.
people, right? I still send them healing every night, I swear. And it's not like, oh, I'm gonna send you healing because I don't want you to hurt anyone else. And I hope you pay for your mistakes. It's really just I'm sending you healing because you might need that. I'm really in that place.
Wow. So it's like the ultimate proof that you have healed is when you can wish the people who've hurt you like positive energy and unconditional love, right? Like it's like, oh, I'm so over it that I can think beyond what you did to me and wish for you the kind of, love and support that I now am able to give myself. That's beautiful.
Absolutely, because it's really coming from overflow, I think. So
Yeah.
it's no longer just like I need to keep it within myself because if I give it to you, I lose it. Or I will run out of love. I will run
Yeah.
out of self-respect. But now it's more like, yeah, like go.
Yeah.
I send you all the love.
Now, Anna, tell me from that, all that healing, from that journey, now you work with clients. You're a healer. You've written a book about the mother wound, right? You've come, I mean, you haven't just healed your own story and journey, but you're out there helping other people, right? I can definitely attest to the fact that you've really helped me in supporting my soulmate magnet program. You're supporting clients at Third Eye Wellness. I mean, you're really committed and dedicated, I've seen, and people feel the love, they feel the healing, they feel all of that. How did that happen? Like, where did that come from? How did that happen to go from, again, student client to now, the healer, the author?
I think that happened in 2024 where I guess I had like a healing, like a crisis of meaning. But this time it wasn't like the same before where I felt like I was stripped naked. This time, like 2024 was more of like, okay, I need something more. This is not enough anymore. Going to classes is not enough anymore. Doing self-belief work is not enough anymore. And I remember just the word commitment coming up. I remember that time, I think I was doing my own self belief work at night, and where it just hit me that this is going to be a lifelong commitment to growth, evolution, and transformation. And no matter what I do, I can never say no to that. How could I ever say no to that? And that feeling of finally of becoming honest and looking, I guess at that time I was just so scared to finally take the step to, take in clients and actually be confident enough to say like, yeah, I've healed enough. I can heal you too. But yeah, I remember that night. It was deeply, deeply memorable because that was the time that I told myself, okay, it's time to step forward. And that was also the time that I think I was second guessing if I wanted to publish my book for real. Like I wrote it, but you also have the choice not to publish it. So
Sometimes you
that was
write
the
it
time.
because it's therapy, right? It's therapeutic and you just need to get it out of you.
Yes. Yes,
Amazing.
absolutely. But to
Okay.
publish it was like a big question mark. But then I knew it's not all or nothing, but it's like I can't stay where I am now, and I don't want to move 5 steps back. I mean, I'm already here. It's like my favorite quote is like, I didn't come this far to only come this far.
So true. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
either I'm going all the way or I'm not going at all kind of thing.
Yes.
Amazing. Beautiful. Can you share, Anna, maybe what have been some transformations, changes, like give me like real examples of what's changed in your life and how different like how different things are compared to. I know you talked about the depression and so on, but give me like more examples because I know you have quite a few things. Tell me about that.
Um, I'll tell you something that happened recently. I have manifested like a windfall of money over 45 million pesos.
How? What happened?
Well, I felt it before. It's for the family. It's for the family. But I already had a feeling that I needed to go to my mom's province, like some karmic ties that
Mhm.
we needed to do. It took a
And now
while.
your intuition is so developed through all the work you've done, you're like able to kind of trust your gut and these kind of guidance you're getting. Okay, go on.
Yes, so we went, and then I didn't do anything woo-woo, just I just blessed the land, with my sent unconditional love in the land, and then I also sent healing to my ancestors, especially my mother's side. I just kept sending them love. It's just like what I said earlier. Like I just send love and good energy to people without any intention of going anything going my way. It's not anything like that. It's just really like may we find peace and love in our lives. That's it. And
Wow.
then yeah, and then this year I manifested that. It's for the families, but it's still a windfall. If
It's
so many people
amazing.
are, yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah, it's such a big amount of money. So that's one. And
Wow.
then I think I didn't even tell. So I heard one of my good friends, my tita has cancer, and I didn't even tell anyone that I was healing her or sending her unconditional love every night. That's my routine every night. The next thing I know, she's getting better. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's not even something that I take note of.
Yeah, I
It's
know what you
just
mean. It's
right,
like when
right.
someone asks you, you're like, wait, let me think about all the
Yeah,
miracles that I just take for granted because it's like this is life of a theta healer. Like it's so normal that this is every day. So when someone asks you, you're like, wait, what do normal people experience? What do we experience? Okay,
Yes, yes.
this would be like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you mean, because that happens to
Right?
me too. Is like when I put on the spot, I'm just like, wait, isn't this normal stuff? Oh wait, no, it's not. So, and then I have to kind of come down to like everyone else's kind of language and level and be like, okay, yeah, this is something unique and different and special, because we're so
Yes.
used to it. We don't question it anymore. It's like, oh yeah, of course.
Yes, yes. And it's gotten so natural for us. It's like an everyday language, it's an everyday thing. You talk to your Theta friends, I talk to them every day. It's like
Normal.
it's part of my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I had a very interesting conversation last night. Um, so a friend of mine who's also a coach in the US asked me to work on her client who's been stuck in a situation. And I had kind of like a call to see if me and this client of hers, if we connected, if she felt comfortable, whatever. And I could already tell in the call, she's very resistant to change, and she's in a really bad situation. All right. So I, as a favor to my friend, who's the coach, I worked on her client. And apparently, she told my friend, who the other coach, that it was the worst, like she had just the worst experience in the session with me. And something I said made her really uncomfortable. And like she just didn't have a good experience. Meanwhile, from my perspective, like from my end, I could see she was really struggling with the concepts and taking responsibility and
Mm,
accountability. And because she wasn't really invested into the session, she was kind of being referred by somebody else, and somebody else was kind of, it was kind of like a gift. So she wasn't 100% like committed into the session. But I kept working with her, kept working with her. And in the end, there was this like really beautiful healing experience, which she didn't register so much because she was like completely in a different space. All right. So my common friend, the coach, contacts me and she's like, Sanaiyah, this person said she had a terrible experience. But then right after that, I spoke to her and she's a different person. She's giggling, she's laughing, she's doing art, like she has finally come back to life. And literally, like she has been gone for the last maybe decade. Like none of that behavior was there. Like the laughing, the joking, the happiness, the joy, the creativity, the reconnecting with it was like she had this worst experience with me and she completely changed as a person. And
wow.
I was talking to this coach friend and I was like, this is why it's so tricky. Somebody has to really want it, to want the
Mm,
transformation and the change. But clearly, this client of yours was meant to have it, because even though she was resistant and wasn't even really like 100% committed, her entire life changed. And honestly, I witnessed a beautiful healing with her and creator and so on. And true enough, this client was like, I feel like I'm reconnected to like my spirituality and God. And I feel just I feel like I'm like the person I was maybe 20 years ago. Like she's just become who she really is, despite all her tragedies. It's like she's come out of the shell. And I was like, this is really how theta healing works. It
yeah.
really is how it is. And I'm telling you the story because it was so funny, because she did say it was the worst experience. And yet her whole life changed, because we aren't always ready
Mm,
for transformation. Your story of circling around the third eye
yeah.
wellness for 4 years before coming in. And then when you came in, you committed all the way. You never stopped. It really was. I remember, you were already like always around with third eye wellness and the classes and everything. And sometimes we resist and we fight it and we're not ready and we like kick and scream, even though we know we need something, we need change, we need to make, some different choices in our life. Um, but I've always learned, I've seen it with my clients, I've seen it with you. Sometimes you just need to just jump off the cliff. Not literally, obviously, but like trust that you're going to land, and like the universe has got you. Do that thing that seems really hard, which is to not run away from
Yeah.
your baggage, your fears. I had a Theta Healing Ask Me Anything session earlier, Anna, with all the Theta Healing students and so on. And the theme, what we opened with, was running away, and how most of us are always running away from something. We run away from our problems. We run away from our emotions. We avoid, dealing with stuff. We avoid the difficult, hard things. And a lot of it has to do with running away from ourselves. And I think
Absolutely.
the beauty of healing is it really is a journey of coming back to yourself. That's why when you said it's been a journey of self-love, it's like, yeah, absolutely. It's been beautiful. On that note, we're going to pick a virtue card.
Yeah.
All right. So I want you to send all your energy, because I bet you this is the card coming from me for you. I'm just going to grab the deck. 1 second.
Okay.
All right. What card are you getting, Anna? What is the deck gonna say for you? So I'm gonna just shuffle and you tell me
Mm-hmm.
stop. And whatever comes out, or
Stop.
whatever is on top, that's stop. Do it again one more time because I didn't hear you.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. Okay, it's hard to read. It says thankfulness.
Ooh.
That's your
Yep.
card.
Yep. I feel it. Yep.
And I'm thinking of your manifesting that windfall of money, Anna. And I'm thinking of you sending love to everybody. And I think what you're doing is this constant state of gratitude in your life, this constant state of thankfulness and gratitude. And that's why all these things are happening for you. What's coming to you for thankfulness? What is your kind of feeling?
Yeah. I mean, I just celebrated my birthday yesterday. I
Oh,
turned
happy
37.
birthday.
Thank
Woo.
you. So, yeah, I mean, 7 years ago when I turned 30, um, I wouldn't at all be thankful or be celebrating my birthday at all.
Mhm.
But yesterday was different. This whole November is different. I'm telling people it's my birthday. I'm celebrating with people. I'm eating out with people to lunch to celebrate me, which is so strange. It's so absurd to even look back to how it was before, because I would always hide myself. I would always
Wow.
hide the past. But now, I mean, the past is still there. You can't really erase it. I still have the past, but now it's learned experience, and now I can share it with others. Like, hey, this is what I did, and you can get out of it too. So I didn't know that that's actually the feeling of gratitude. Now I know. So thank
Beautiful.
you for that virtue card too.
Beautiful. Anna, thank you for joining me today. I mean, you are the embodiment of powerless to empowered, or powerful as an individual in your own life. Sometimes it's, we think of power as like, oh, it's power over the other people. It's like kind of a negative thing. But really for me, empowered is like you have the ability to direct your own life. You're completely in charge of your life, which is so beautiful. So I love that. And by the way, one of our favorite people is on watching us. I see Sari. Hi, Sari. I miss you. Sari's
Hi.
on watching us, listening in. So hello to you, Sari. And Queen. Queen says happy birthday to you, Anna. So there's some birthday love for you happening on the chat. Thank you, Anna, for joining me for Theta Talks this week. There, Sari's like, hi guys. I can like hear her voice in my head. Um, but it's so nice to have you to have you on Theta Talks this week, and we'll probably, we'll do another one sometime soon. But for now, we'll be back with Maisha next week. Theta Talks. I won't be around actually next week. I will be in. I'll be in Zimbabwe at Victoria Falls for my next TEDx talk. So I won't be around you
Wow.
guys next week, but I will be back the week after. So much love, and thank you guys for joining us. Bye. Bye, Anna. Thank you.
Thank you.